We're also going to be talking about Don Paratici being a naughty, naughty boy. And what does that mean for Tottenham Hotspur? And for anyone who saw earlier, we will be getting Sean to read out more articles about Daniel Levy and Tottenham Hotspur and rain, because he's got a lovely voice, according to my wife. Anyway, I digress. Johnny, Sean, how are we, lads? Is everyone all right? Is everyone good?
I'm all good. I'm a bit worried about Stell. I mean, we have been giving Marinakis a bit of a hard time. If anyone has seen Stell or can report, if he could let us know, because Marinakis, for all we know, could be holding him right now as we speak.
Johnny, let's be entirely honest here. Stell's absence is nothing to do with Marinakis. It's because Tottenham are doing well. When Tottenham are doing okay, Stell goes AWOL. When Tottenham are doing bad, and by the way, his public enemy number one, Daniel Levy, has left the room. It's difficult to have an opinion if your entire shape-shifting
is doing well.
It has been about Daniel Levy for the last 4 years. That guy's gone, and so is Stell. It's interesting. Have you ever seen Stell and Levy in the same room? Just quietly, just asking that question.
Now's the Spider-Man meme. It's the Spider-Man gif again, isn't it? You. Let's be fair. And I hope Stell sees this. Hope you're well, Stell. If Marinakis got hold of Stell, I think we'd have a kind of Morgan Gibbs White hostage style video with Stell putting on a Forest shirt and changing allegiance so that he could follow Ange again. I think that would be good fun. Anyone asking where he is? I don't know. He's in Greece. We know that much. He's in a lovely part of Greece.
When he comes back, Sav, I was going to say, when he comes back, when he finally comes back, he's had a transformation. Yes, Mr. Marinakis, I love Daniel Levy.
I reckon he's going to come back with a full head of hair and turkey teeth. I reckon he's gone out there for the full transformation, mate. I do. Anyway, big up to you guys. Listen, it's let's start with the Paratici thing, because it does involve us, and it also doesn't, depending on what you think. We saw the news a couple of hours ago that he's been a suspended sentence for 18 months for all of the shenanigans, should we say, at Juve. We saw last week that a deal to bring him back was probably more likely to happen when Levy was here, but now he's not. It's less likely to happen. And now they're saying they don't know if the suspended sentence or not will allow him to work in the Premier League. Johnny, where are we at with this whole Paratici thing, and how much does that affect Tottenham and the plans for the club moving forward? And you frauds in the chat, you frauds, less than 60 likes, nearly 500 of you in here. Can we please get that up immediately? Thank you very much. Sorry, Johnny.
Listen, I'm absolutely gutted. I'll be honest with you. I need to climb on bridges and get some white paint and say Don Fabio is innocent. Look, I was praying that he was going to come back, because I just don't think Johan Lang is the man. I really don't. I don't think his talent ID is anywhere near what Fabio's is. He knows a player. You might not like how he does business. You might not like how, he's so sort of visual and vocal, whereas Lang just blends into a bit of Magnolia wallpaper. But for me, there are levels. And the fact that you've been at Juventus for 10 years, yes, he's been fined, but he's won awards, he's been lauded. And as Levy said, he's always admired him from a distance. You don't stay at Juventus for 10 years, bringing through youth players, buying players, selling players, and doing all that he's done without being top of your game. And no disrespect, but Johan Lang was demoted at Aston Villa, right? And if he's not good enough for Aston Villa, why should he be good enough to be leading Tottenham? Now, the problem we got here is that he's very close friends with Thomas Frank, and there may lie the problem. I've got no problem if Johan Lang wants to stay, but under the auspice of someone with a higher ranking and a higher being. And, you know, if it isn't going to be Don Fabio, then it has to be Campos or someone of that level. You know, I'm not interested in also Rans. I need someone
Paul Mitchell.
Pardon?
Would you take Paul Mitchell back now that Levy's gone?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, you know, I just think there are levels, and you know, it's not just about, you know, working quietly in the market. It's identifying top talent. And I'm sorry, you know, when I look at the £55 million spent on Odobert and Tell, two players that can both simultaneously do the same thing, neither of them at the present time showing anywhere near the spend, you know, I'm not going to jump up. Archie Gray, good player. Was that the 40 million? Did 40 million need to be spent at the time where he was in his career? I'm not so sure, although I do think he's going to be a good player. I'm just not sold, Sava, and it does worry me, because let's be honest, these last two deals that we did for Kolo Muani and Xavi Simons were both opportunist get out of jail last minute.coms because they didn't have them elsewhere. And if those two deals hadn't have happened, it would have been a disastrous window. As it is, it's a good window. But as you've said, and we've all discussed, it's a glaringly obvious every time we take to the field right now that the left side is just not happening. And that's down on recruitment.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean, where are you with this? I mean, listen, I think Johnny makes a great point. You know, if Lang is not up to the mark, I don't want another Lang to come in, if you will. I think I don't want to hitch in. It needs to be somebody that's a big player on the global stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And I hope that when Thomas Frank says things like, if I can't get my guy, I'd rather wait, I hope that extends into areas of the club that maybe beyond his pay grade, which I think probably, I would imagine that Vinay would say that's his decision and that he doesn't need help with. But I think that the manager has to be a part of that. And look, I think that Thomas Frank and Johan Lang obviously have a little bit of history. they sort of know each other from their heritage. But we also heard very clearly from Thomas Frank when he was on we saw the clips of it, or the sort of text commentary in the Athletic article, that Thomas Frank basically alluded to the idea that what he was given when he walked in and was offered X, Y, and Z players, he essentially said, in fact, he did say, I'm not even paraphrasing, he said, I'm not going to say that Brentford's model was better, but it was very, very good, which is his polite way of saying it was better, you know? Yeah. And so for me, yeah, look, Paratici, I don't think Paratici will come back. I think the Paratici's connection to Tottenham was with Daniel Levy. I said it when Daniel Levy left. When Daniel Levy left, I said, that's it. Forget about Paratici. Also, Vinay wants to come in. Said this 1,000 times as well. I know everyone else has always said the same thing as well, so I'm not claiming credit this one. But like everyone says that basically when a new guy comes into a director role, like a CEO spot, the first thing you want to do is stamp your mark, have your brand, have your guys in play. He's already done that. He's brought in the chief marketing officer, I think it was. That was ex-Arsenal. He's brought in some lady from somewhere else. I forget the English football team. I forget where she came from.
Ex-Nike, wasn't he, Sean? The first guy. There was ex-Nike. 15 years at Nike, I believe.
Yeah. That guy. And there was a guy from Arsenal, which I think he was marketing officer. Oh, no, sorry. Maybe the marketing officer was the lady. I forget. But either way, whatever, right? So a marketing woman. Oh, sorry, I've dropped that for a second. Catalina Kim from Korea. I think she's involved in the club now on some sort of commercial property level thing. All of those things to me are little demonstrations, little breadcrumbs, little pick me ups of Vinay wanting his stamp. So I never thought for a second that Paratici would. Once I saw Levy leaving, I thought once that's gone, I thought the Paratici's gone as well. This suspended sentence You can't bring back a guy that's one mistake away from spending 18 months in prison. You can't do that if you're trying to wipe the slate clean. As much as I rate him as a footballing director, I don't think that he's going to be the guy that's here. And as far as Johan Lang, I think that Thomas Frank has basically said, like I said in the first part of the answer, he's already called him out for basically being not on the same page, not on the same wavelength of what Thomas Frank wants. Now, whether Thomas Frank is willing to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, stay and we'll teach you on what we want. He has brought with him most of the people that were at Brentford that were responsible for finding those gems. But yeah, I'm with Johnny. If you're going to go somewhere new, bring in a big gun. Campos will be unbelievable. He's the number one in the game. But it doesn't have to be him. I'm sure there's other people out there. I don't know who the Brugger guy is, but he's very, very talented. There's people out there that are probably that we don't know about, that are probably unsung heroes. Go and get that guy. Go and get the guy, whoever it is that they want, and let's do this the right way. Because for the most part, Daniel Levy has hired a lot of people with decent resumes, but for the most part, over the last 15 years, he had the right guy in Frank Arneson, and then ever since then, there's been a hit, then a miss, 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 and so. He's gone. Maybe there's some clean slates where we can go and approach certain players, certain people, and bring them back and see what happens.
Sean, it needs someone with that black book, right? It needs someone, and I think that's the thing. Without praising Arsenal, they've brought in Berta, who has been doing this for years at a high level. He's been at Atletico, working with the best clubs in the world. He's got a black book of names. Clearly, can make things happen. We need someone like that. And again, I people are talking about Rangnick, people talking about, who is, by the way, a much better director of football than he is a manager, by the way. I mean, I would love, I can never say this guy's name. It's just too difficult. Bugenstein, is it? There's people out there, but for me, I do think we need to move away from the Paratici thing now. I think he did some good things. I think he did some bad things. But I feel like now there's a lot of noise around it. And I think Spurs are trying to move away from that, aren't they? We're trying to move away to a really professional approach. Do you see, Johnny, though, that there might be a world in which we do just continue with Johan Lang? Because he is the only one, if I'm not wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. I think he's the only one from last season that's still here. From coaching staff to manager to like Levy and Donna Cullen have gone. He's the one, right? He's survived. So
he's wallpaper. He's magnolia wallpaper. He just blends into the background. He's non-offensive. You wouldn't even notice him if he was in the room. And look, I'm not going to make any bones about it, right? If we want to be the best, why would we accept a guy that was demoted by Aston Villa? I'm sorry, I'm not having it, right? Aston Villa got themselves a good director of football, and, they moved him out of the way. And we thought, same old Spurs, we'll pick him up. He's going free. We can pick him up cheap and we'll install him. Now, he was never meant to be the main guy because they intended on bringing Fabio back. And now Fabio's not coming back. The problem I worry about is the fact that his long-standing friendship with Thomas Frank, which goes back to his early days in Denmark when he was in sort of youth football in no man's land. That's how far they go back. And, he's not going to throw Johan Lang under a bus. What I'm hoping for is that Vinay turns around and says, you know what, guys, Johan can stay here, but we need someone big and overseas. Look, ultimately, as Sean was saying before, with all these people coming in, I truly believe they're just dressing this all up for a sale. They can tell me whatever they like. They can say whatever they like. Yeah. Daniel's been removed. Daniel was the cock block as far as...
First name terms, Johnny.
He was
first name terms with our leader, our saviour, Sir Daniel Levy of North London.
No, but I'm saying he's the cock block in the sense that, look...
And the greatest cock block we've ever had, by the way.
Yeah. Yes, listen, look, the thing is, it was a cock block in the sense of the fact that when you've been with Rothschilds for 2 years, and people are going into the building and it keeps falling at the final hurdle. It's no surprise he sends in his guy to have a look and then determines that one guy might be the cock block. I'm not going to turn around and say that all that Daniel's done is shit, because it isn't, right? But I believe truly that they are dressing this whole board up now from top to bottom, from the people that Sean just mentioned, the guy that was at Nike for 15 years, and Spurs have signed the worst Nike deal, the worst kit deal in bloody memory that goes on to 2030. We're already 30 million a year behind everybody else already, and we got another God knows how many years to run on it. Look, I think the fact of the matter is,
Adam Gardner, that's it.
If we're gonna carry on, we've appointed all these people, top people for this, top people for that. Vinay comes in, Charrington comes in. Surely we have to match that up with a top director of football. And right now, Johan Lang does not fit the remit.
Who makes that decision, Johnny? Who makes that decision?
No, it's him now. It's Vinay.
Yeah. So my question here is, and again, I'm not going to pretend I know the ins and outs. Yeah. When they brought in Berta, he had left, right?
Yeah.
So has Vinay? Do we know that has he got the contacts in the world of football?
Yeah, of course he has. He brought in Edu.
Oh, let's go and get Edu then from Forest.
No, but I mean, he's not going to go. But what I'm saying is, Edu is a very, very good director of football, right? It's as simple as that. You might not rate him, but he is very highly rated. He's done a very good job at Nottingham Forest. We know what a shit show it was when they didn't have him, and now he's come in, and now he's the director of football for there, and he's also working for Olympiacos. And they made some very astute good signings. Nottingham Forest in the last window, I believe, and. It's not just signing 80 million, 70 million pound players. For me, it's about signing those players and unearthing gems, quality players. And he's also got fantastic contacts in Brazil. And when you look at someone like Igor Jesus, who I really think is a real talent up front, they signed from Botafogo. And Cunha, the centre-back, again, another talent. We don't really have that. We're not really geared up for that. So... yeah, we need to up our game. If the Don's not coming back, Lang isn't the man for me.
Well, look, let me bring Lubo in just quickly before we do. Two things quickly, guys. We are giving away a quality replica shirt from our sponsors, okjersey.com. You just need to type in OKJersey, hashtag OKJersey. Unlike Sean, make sure you spell the word OK correctly. OKJersey.
Okay.
You got it right on your second attempt. And if Sean wins it, he will donate it to someone in the chat. I'm sure he will, because he'll get his own free one. And please, hashtag OKJersey. I'll put it in the chat right now so that you can see exactly how it works. If not, if you don't spell it right, you won't be eligible, and we'll do that draw at the end of the show. Also, for anyone that cares, Lamine Yamal has just won the best young player in the world for the Copa Ballon d'Or. And Serena Weigmann has won the award for the best women's coach. So Serena Weigmann's won that, and the men's top 10 will be announced very soon. I'm fully expecting Ousmane Dembele to be the winner, although I'd like it to be Yamal. Lubo, good evening. How are you?
All good. Everybody well?
All good.
Everybody is fine. We're worried about
Stell. To your daughter.
Yeah, send them my love.
Thank you. I will do. I have done, Sean. I have done.
Yeah. Did she send it back though?
She laughed.
Hello to Daddy.
Sean's used to getting rejected. Helga rejected him as well out in Norway, so it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Lubo. You seen the news tonight about old Don Paratici getting an 18-month suspended sentence?
I have.
We're talking